good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning. Sorry if I sound a little off. I am just getting over a cold. I went to Maine last weekend and crafted with, I think there was about 30 of us, and then there was another group there, and I seem to have come back with a cold. Started kind of midweek, so if my voice sounds a little funny, I apologize in advance for that. But wanted to pop on, I did an amazing scrapbooking class last weekend with my friend Mary, and I wanted to tweak what we did in that class and make it into a card. So today I am going to show you how to do this cute little 4x4 painted Christmas card. And of course, since it's 4x4, it will fit into a standard Stampin' Up! Medium-sized envelope. So you don't have to do like weird postage or anything like that with the postal service. So if you have the catalog in front of you, the Painted Christmas Suite is 16 to like 17. And I am using one of the bundles, one of the stamp sets, and then the paper from this suite. So if you have that in front of you and want to follow along with that, that will be great. So here's the thing about this is a mega suite. So there's one stamp set that's got the words. So I just used the little Mary. And then there's one stamp set that has like the pine cones and the greenery and the holly and that sort of stuff. And then I actually used the bundle that has the dies with like the shapes. Oh, this is hard to see. Once I point my camera down, you'll kind of get it. One of the dies has like the pine cones and the greenery. I did not use that one today. I just used the one that's got like all the labels. And that one does have some greenery too, so it's kind of a little bit confusing. But I'll put a list below of all the products I used. And yeah, this is going to be fun. I'll show you a couple different, I wanted to show you a couple different cards, but didn't get quite that far. I'm actually still unpacking all my bags and all my things. So let me point the camera down and we'll go ahead and jump right in this morning. Hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh boy, hopefully that didn't go so well. So hopefully I'm in the picture. I moved my stand around. Okay, actually it looks pretty good here, so I'm just going to go with it. I moved my stand and brought it with me last weekend, hoping that I could go live, but it just got so crazy busy. I taught a class. I took 2 other classes. I had our make and takes to do. I completed a kit. I completed like my Casing Tuesday card. I was pretty busy. So again, here's the card, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways to add the Designer Series paper, but I'm using the Christmas Season stamp set, which has got the pine cones, and then the Christmas to Remember stamp set that's got all the sentiments. So, and then I guess, let me tell you the name of the dies. It's the Seasonal Label dies is the one that I'm using. Okay, so let's jump right in and do all of our stamping and get that out of the way. I want to show you how I masked the pine cone, and it's exactly how Mary taught us in the class too, so nothing fancy or hard about it, but I'm just going to do my Mary first in my Real Red. And this is so weird about this is a mega suite, but one of the stamps is photopolymer and one of the stamps is in the red rubber. So I'm just going to do this one first and then bring over the Pierce mat for the others. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Okay, so my Pierce mat for my photopolymer. I cut out one of the dies with a piece of Crumb Cake Cardstock, and I'll put all the measurements below. This is 2.5 by 3. The Mary, I just used a piece of scrap paper because it was kind of like, it's going to be tiny. Okay, don't lose my mask. So I want my pine cone like maybe about in the middle. So what I'm going to start with is And I think this is the larger one. No, this is, okay. Well, this is a little bit hard to figure out because this is at 85%. So I'll put it in the notes on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com, the sizes. I had it figured out this morning, but now I've forgotten. So I'm going to do this about in the middle in early espresso on crumb cake. And this is like super simple. Okay, so now, and actually I probably shouldn't have put that away. Let me just show you what I did. I actually cut out a mask, but I'm going to show you. I took a Post-it note and I stamped a pine cone right onto my Post-it note. Just like so. The sticky part is down here, so I kind of want part of the sticky part. And then I'm going to fussy cut this out with my paper snips all around. So then I get something that looks like this. And I'm sorry, I have used it, so you still see ink on it. But you're going to get a piece that looks like this once you fussy cut it all out. And that is going to be my mask, because I want to put my greenery around this guy. So around this pine cone that I stamped on the label. So I'm just going to put my mask, Post-it note right over. I have my greenery stamp. I'm doing this in Garden Green ink. Hey Jan, good morning. Wow, I'm trying to open this the old way. Take a breath, right? Okay. Then I'm just going to put my greenery here. And then remove my Post-it note mask. And then I kind of have the greenery going behind my pine cone. So there's a little tip on masks for you and masking. If you want to see more of that, I could do a future video. But all my stamping is done, so let's talk about the card. So I wanted to do a 4x4 card. So when I took this class last weekend with Mary, it was 12x12 scrapbooking. Okay, so she taught us a couple different folding techniques. So I wanted to make this, like I said in the beginning, I wanted this to fit into a standard Stampin' Up! Envelope. So I went with the measurement 4x4. So I have a thick basic white that's 4x8, and then I scored it in half at 4 to get my card that's 4x4, okay? Now you could do any color cardstock, like I did Crumb Cake for this, so you could do Crumb Cake, that would be pretty. So then here are my other pieces. I ended up with a white that was 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 square. And then my designer series paper, that's 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 square. So like I said, with this one, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. She taught us a folding technique. So you would put your designer series paper at a diagonal, and you would fold behind and fold these pieces down. But I'm going to actually show you an even different way you can do it. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. We're just going to put this on. And it's so funny because when I did the scrapbooking, I didn't even have glue here. I just glued the tabs in the back. So I just have my liquid glue kind of in the middle. And I'm just going to eyeball it. And it's so pretty. It just, even on a card 4x4. And then she told us that we could fold all these flaps down and then secure to the back. Okay, so just fold. That one maybe wasn't super great, but you get, even at the back is super pretty. You get this like pattern here. But if you don't want the bulk on your card, you can just not glue these tabs down and cut them off with your paper snips. So, hey, good morning, Elaine. Thanks for tuning in this morning. So here's another idea. If you don't want the tabs in the back to show, well, they're not going to show because you're going to cover it up. But if you don't want the bulk, you can just cut them off. So you can fold and glue them down or cut them off. So you have 2 options here. And I just totally like put those right to the floor. And then I can glue onto my 4x4 card base. So isn't that super cute? So I want to show you another one that she taught us. She taught us like, I think it was 4 4 folding techniques. But this is the same designer series paper, Painted Christmas. Same measurement. It's 3 7/8 square. And this one I just eyeballed, but you can just fold. And I kind of eyeballed. I wanted my corners to be about even. So I do have a ruler so I can tell you. It's like, my gosh, I can't even read a ruler right now, upside down. It's like just, I'm trying to read this upside down. Hello, what is wrong with me today? It looks like it's about 6/8 where the fold is. So like I said, I just eyeballed it, and this one would be really cute too because they have a couple stamps in the Christmas to Remember, the Merry Christmas and the Season's Greetings. And you could put those at the diagonal here. You could put an embellishment. You could glue this tab down, but you could keep and glue the corners down, but you could keep this open so you could slide a tag or something in there as well, or even like a gift card. I think a gift card would fit because this is 4x4. It might stick out a little bit like that, but I wanted to give you another idea with the same measurements and the same base of something else you could do. So, like I said, if you want more information on the folding techniques, I'm sure Mary wouldn't mind if I shared with you. But we did these on 12x12. We used the Painted Christmas designer paper in 12x12 basic white, and we made scrapbook layouts. So this just shows you a way to make that idea into a card. And I just want to cut out my Mary. I just used like a big piece of like scrap basic white for this, and I'm just gonna like cut it out tight to fitting it around. And then I want to show you how I did the ribbon embellishment. Hopefully I have the ribbon. Yes, I do have the ribbon here. Okay, so that looks okay. Okay, let's do the ribbon embellishment. I picked this is the Real Red sheer that is in the annual catalog to match my Real Red Merry sentiment. So I want to put it on the back of my label. So what I am going to do is actually put some Seal Plus on here. So I'm just going to put, and this is like light, light, light touch when you're using this. So if you go too heavy or too quick, it's going to get gummed up on you and you're not going to like it. So I'm just going to kind of start and do a zigzag pattern, okay? So I'm just going to kind of hold something, make a loop, and go back and forth. This is so pretty. It's a 12-inch piece, and for some reason, I'm just going to go like that and call it a day because that looks like super pretty. And cut it off. Hopefully you guys are seeing. I think I went off the camera a little bit, but I ended up just going across twice on this one. So see, you can change it up. And then I usually put dimensionals on the back of my ribbon. So, and I use a lot of dimensionals. So try not to get yourself stuck to your card. So you can mass produce these pretty easily. If you have a lot of cards to send out, you can do this idea with any scrapbook paper, any designer series paper. So super fun. I don't think I've done a 4x4 card in a long time, if ever, on a live video. So here we go. Let's just get this on here like so. Super pretty. And then I'll add my Mary like down over here. I just put it right over the top of the pine cone and the green. So this just gives you an idea. So I'd love to see if you make a 4x4 card and try this. let me know. Tag me on Facebook or share in my group. If you're not in my group, it's Create with Christine Community on Facebook. So you can feel free to post there and share your designs with everybody that's in that group. And let me show you, before I sign off, I want to show you my Frosted Gingerbread Stamp Camp that is open for registration right now. So let me just grab those really quick. I designed this last weekend when I was up in Maine. So here's card number 1. This is my stamp camp this month, and I am doing it in person and to go. And this is like my favorite because I really blinked up the gingerbread tree a lot. So there's actually 4 ways to get this stamp camp, and I'll post the links below. You have until Tuesday, October 19th at noon Eastern to RSVP. So it's 4 cards. If you place an order over $30 with my host code KVYE6S6A, and I'll post the host code below, you will get the stamp camp, just the make and takes. You're going to have to provide the ink and obviously the adhesive to complete, but I will give you all the cut out cardstock, designer paper, the embellishments, including the ribbon and the twine. You can just get the kit with a $20 flat fee purchase. I am also offering a PDF for $15. And obviously, if you join my team, you get all the PDF tutorials for my classes for free. So again, that is open right now. If you are not on my mailing list and you want to join, I will post the link below to join my mailing list. Hey, good morning, Dee. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to actually flip the camera back up at my face right now since I'm signing off. So sorry I sound so kind of like congested this morning. Like I said, I am just getting over a cold. This is what happens when you gather with a whole bunch of people. So I haven't really gathered with that big of a group in a long time. So since before the pandemic started. Not being like all covered up all weekend. So I just came home with a little head cold, I think. So plan to kind of like lay low today and finish unpacking. But let me know if you have questions about the stamp camp or if you want some more information on the scrapbook class that I talked about that was taught by Mary last weekend. So thanks so much. I'll be back next week, Sunday. I might have to change the time next weekend, so I will put a post up. I might have to come live a little bit earlier because I do have a family commitment next weekend, but I will plan to be here Sunday morning, potentially a little bit earlier than normal. Okay, have a great week, everybody. It's supposed to be like in the 70s this week, which is like amazing for October fall weather here. We're way above normal, so I plan to soak up that sunshine and get this cold away, away, away. Have a great week.